I think I had enough to know before I start my business, and if I knew more, it wouldn't make any difference, because a farm business is a practical job to do. Is knowing more wouldn't make it easier or harder. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I agree. The one part that I wish I would have known more about were some of the grants and bursaries and financial support, short and long term, for new farmers coming in, because the financial stress of starting a business and gaining skills in a field, sorry for the pun, in a field you don't know, can be a lot on a person. So having some financial support would be really, really helpful.
That was my point, was knowing more about the grants and financial part of it, and also like learning how to write proposals and stuff like that for the grants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think advice would be, you are coming into an incredible career industry where a lot of people have paved the way to make it what it is now, and that you're entering into a community that is really supportive, and that will be lifelong companions. When I did the Richmond Farm School program, I had no idea the community and the mentors and the friendships that would come out of that. So be prepared to be amazed by the people that will come into your life, and also the satisfaction of feeding others, and the joy and the energy that can bring to oneself by supporting other people and feeding them.
Well, I say if you feel that growing food connecting to you, and if you feel you are compassionate, or if it's something that is coming to your dream, or you want to do something to make a change, or you have the personality that you think that unknown is actually inspiring you, so please join. This is the area, completely full of challenges and unknown and lots to learn, that you never know that what is going to become the next.
I would say go to farm school, learn as much as you can, volunteer on a farm, make connections, like network, and find people that know what they're doing that you can go for advice for, and find a support system like I have through the KPU Farm School. Yeah.
Well, I can tell what happened when I started last year for the first year, which was actually COVID also happened at the same year, and I didn't know that I'm gonna sell, because I thought first year is just all about experiencing and doing and learning, but expenses was something that motivate me to start looking to sell. So first I thought to do the wholesale and sending emails, looking into the internet, and then through this email I was connected to the Vancouver Farmer Market, and because of COVID many vendors had left the market, so it's opening, there was some opening in the market, which which actually was fortunate for me, and I got some interview, and I got into the Vancouver Farmer Market, and from that market I could explore other markets, and that's how I sell my produce. And my idea was actually looking at other vendors and try to grow and bring a produce which they are not selling. I didn't want it to be in competition with the bigger vendors and do the same things that they do, but at the same time I was trying to picking up on some produce that they were doing, and I thought I can do better.
So the way that I sell my produce is a bit different because I'm working more along like with food security within my nation. So it's not necessarily marketing my boxes or anything like that. It's more like finding grants and then like paying myself like a salary type thing instead of because there is food insecurity within my nation. I grow the vegetables and then give the vegetables away to the community members that are in poverty and food insecure.
So my first year of growing, we actually got connected into the Vancouver Farmers Market as well. What happened is that 2 incubator businesses at the Richmond Farm School, we went together, so we shared a table, which was really helpful because of crop failures and some weeks you don't have a lot of food to bring. Going as a group really made the table look abundant, and then you didn't have to work every market, which was really nice. And then my second year of growing, me and my farming partner decided to do CSA, or community supported agriculture model. So you get someone to buy a share of vegetables that every week throughout the growing season they get a fresh box of vegetables. So we did that, and what kind of set us apart in that, we grew a mix of different vegetables, but my farming partner is Chinese, and so we decided to grow specific Chinese greens and vegetables to market to the local Chinese community in Richmond and Vancouver. And so that was what was our niche in the market that year, yeah.
Well, to me actually there is lots of reasons why I'm doing this. There is an urge from actually my mind, in my heart, which are pushing me hard to do this, and one of them is growing food. One of them is having a good, the best quality of what I can grow. But there's also more into it. I feel that being in the nature and being coordinated with the nature, learning from it, and let the nature going through your heart, through your mind, and lead you to do what is the best. So my first and the most important teacher is the plant itself. So I try to learn from it, and it gives me the courage to do it. Nature actually tolerate my mistakes, and it gives me confidence and give me the ability to think, decide, and let it go when I have to let it go. I was actually my education is as a software engineer, and my work was always inside the cubicle, which is very unnatural, I guess, to human. And I never had any experiences ever at all when I was a child, when I was young, not at all anything related to the nature, and I was not even outdoor person at all. So I figured out that doing the job that I'm doing is not a real job. So then I have to go back to what is essential and is basic to the human life. And being in the nature actually taught me that I was right. And when I was in the when I was at my work, at my previous work, I had lost of my ability, the common sense, being very much not creative, but then all of them now back to me because it's a gift from nature.
How I came into farming is that I've always been a curious person and a very hungry person. So eating has always brought me a lot of joy and deepened relationship with others. And I used to work as a chef. I did schooling in international development, focused on food systems. And so the growing part of food systems was kind of the last piece of my puzzle, is what I thought, for my understanding and experience. And I ended up falling in love with growing, and like Vita said, being connected to the rhythms of nature and being its student rather than trying to teach the land what I wanted it to do. It is work that is extremely stressful and challenging, but is so rewarding, and being able to live your life outside, connected to the weather and the pests and the vegetables and the soil, and you really feel in tune and at one with the place and the space you're in. And being able to educate and to feed myself and those people that I love and the people in my community that I don't know. Being able to reduce food miles is really important. Being able to reduce food waste and upcycling and teaching others how to do that. That's what keeps bringing me back to the soil.
For me, I do this to feed my community members, to help them. There's a high rate of diseases related to food within the Salo Nation or any First Nations communities. So I wanted to grow food to help our people with their health and just to connect them back to the land, the food that they put in their bodies, and yeah, to help with the food insecurity within inside my nation. Also, a lot of our traditional ways of harvesting food was lost after the residential schools. So I also wanted to, through this project, help with creating workshops and stuff with First Nations farm or fishermen and hunters, and to help teach the generations that came after the residential schools to connect them back to the traditional foodways.